Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Michele Arnold. She is the Ruminant Extension Veterinarian with the University of Kentucky. We're going to talk about something that I feel like we didn't hear a lot about maybe 10 years ago, but I think more and more cattle producers are facing trouble with anaplasmosis.
You are correct about that. And in the last 10 years, we've really seen an increase in the number of cases of anaplasma in Kentucky, especially as it's moved in from points that were west of us into the state. So anaplasmosis is a disease caused by a bacteria called the Anaplasma marginale. And the bacteria actually invades the cattle red blood cells. The red blood cells are then destroyed, causing anemia in the cow. So this is an adult cow disease, not a calf disease, and typically occurs in Kentucky in the fall. So we are right in the middle of it right now, end of September through about the first 1 to 2 weeks of November.
And has this spread across Kentucky or is it more regionalized?
It is spreading. I would say once it enters a region, most of the cattle will be affected within that region, and then they become carriers, and then it's over. You won't really see new cases, but as it moves around, that's when we get new cases, new areas affected. It's transmitted bloodborne, so it's considered a tick-borne disease, although it doesn't have to be spread by ticks. Even hypodermic needles using the same needle on multiple animals can spread the disease.
And Dr. Arnold, there has been articles about a possibility of a vaccine that might hit the market that producers can use. But what's the history behind the vaccine?
It's an older vaccine. There's one available from University Products in Louisiana, and it was commercially available for many years, and then it was pulled off the market simply because no one bought it. And someone purchased it, Dr. Luther in Louisiana. So every state has to have approval, and Kentucky does have approval to use it. Most of the producers that utilize the vaccines are those that don't want to use antibiotics. Traditionally, our control is through antibiotics, chlortetracycline in the mineral or in the feed. Will control the organism. So if they can't use that because they're natural or organic producers, they will gravitate toward the vaccine.
And are there preventative things that farmers can do, like mineral, to make sure that to keep their animals healthy?
Yes, you can use a medicated mineral with chlortetracycline, which is CTC, often called CTC. It can be in the mineral, or you can top dress feed with it, and that will control the organism, assuming that they eat it. I mean, they have to consume the mineral or the feed in order to get the dose that they need. But if it's used, then it's offered during the vector season, which is going to be around May to November.
If people or if farmers are seeing symptoms like in the spring, would you just suggest that they consult their veterinarian because it could be other things as well?
Correct, and that's true of any disease. Consult your veterinarian first because a lot of diseases look very similar.
And you had mentioned that there might be other vaccines in the pipeline that might show some promise, more commercially available to farmers.
Yes, they are. There are several in development that I've read about lately, where it's more of the gene deletion. So it's a little more modern, I would say. And although there's a lot of them under production or under experimental production, it'll be years before they make it to the market. It takes a long, long time. We do have a blood test available where you can pull a blood sample from a cow, have her tested for antibodies to anaplasma. And if she's positive, you really don't need to continue that. So you could do a herd test. For example, a lot of people draw blood for pregnancy testing. You can have that same sample tested for anaplasmosis. If they're positive, that means they're carriers and they don't need mineral for prevention.
And if you have questions, make sure to consult your local veterinarian. We appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show and hope you have a great day.